Hello. This video follows the previous video. And that in this one, we will be zooming in more into me, and me in terms of Advaita, Dvaita, and Vishishtadvaita. Yeah. Now, these three may seem esoteric, and we've also covered in terms of Sanatana Dharma, where N is standing in terms of, well, the timeless wisdom of how to be healthy, wealthy, wise. Yeah. Or let's just say nothing that's at the heart of everything. In the I thought I will also touch a little bit in terms of how me, and me, yeah, are related in terms of Prakriti and Purusha. Small me would be Purusha, yeah, where in a way you could say the body that's formed human, or the Sthula Sharira, yeah. Okay. In an Advaita Sthula Sharira, yeah, I could say the Jeevatma, okay? And big me would be Dvaita, half note. That is, if you consider me as a person, my higher self would be is a whole of the heart. It's one whole of my heart, yeah? And so my higher self, but there are information for my higher self, from my complementary partner, which is my shadow self, like this, yeah, my shadow self, which I cannot see, but it's like this idea of Yang Yue. Yang Yu, this is in Chinese, Japanese philosophy, yeah, where it's talking about the star behind the moon, yeah. So this is like behind every man is a woman, and behind every woman is a man. So it kind of comes from that idea. But the man or woman behind, yeah, say for me as a woman, the man behind me would be my shadow self too, yeah. And I would need to work it together with my shadow self. So when we say E is equal to MC square, yeah, when we say E is equal to MC square, yeah, the energy that I have, you say every person has energy, yeah, is equal to the mass that I have from two kinds of light. So you could say light self and shadow self, or dark self. That's like this. So two kinds of light. Yeah. Yeah. So that would be C square. Yeah. Twice the speed of light. That twice is coming from two kinds. Yeah. The speed of light is constant, and there is two kinds. Okay. And then into the mass. So when we say mass, it's also coming from the gravitas of a person's existence. Yeah. So when we say net worth, or what's your worth, self-worth. So in that sense, the mass would also give rise to the energy a person has. Yeah. So you could say, oh, enlightened. Yeah. Which would be all the heavy stuff a lot, life is not so heavy with all the dukkha and the burden of, oh my goodness. Yeah. That would then give you a different kind of an energy. Yeah. So when your relationship with life is all fine and you have a clear conscience, yeah, or the conglomerate science by which you live your life, you are much lighter, not so heavy with the burden of life, yeah, and with how to, and with your conscience that needs to be cleaned of many things, probably, yeah. So when you have a clear conscience, you're more lighter, and your energy is more nicer to be around. I don't know. That's one way to look at it. But you're more enlightened, lighter. Yeah, not heavy with, oh my goodness, stuff. Yeah. Now, having said that, small me, big me, and my world. We say my world, capital M, capital I. So my world, that becomes easier to say my world, yeah, like the dot, that's my world. My world is like one tiny dot in the whole big scheme of things. Okay, no. That's me. And my world is, me is inside the dot. And my world is from the dot, everything in the circle. That's my world. Yeah, that's my world. with the relationship, the whys, yeah? The whys, when we say my world, we normally spell it as MY. So the why for being related with any of these spheres of influence would form my world. So capital M, capital I, and calling it as my makes sense in that sense, yeah? That's my world. And then when we relate this with the Shri Chakra, you would have many petals around here. So that would form, in my conscience, there's a different calculation to it. There are about 36, yeah? And that together with the 36 in the N bit, yeah? So N and O both has 36. So that would form 72. So transpose this with the Katapayadi Sankhya, and you have 72 ragas. So it's a musical connotation. So the music of one's life, yeah, when it's in harmony, then it's not multi, it is in unison, yeah? So it is a universe, yeah? So me, yeah, inside the dot, that's like Antaranga, the world inside, and outside this is Bahiranga, yeah, my world, and my universe will form from the 36 plus 36, the 36 inside and 36 outside, yeah? There are more. This is just, we're just beginning, yeah, kind of, yeah? Just, so that would form my universe. So I'm Miss World and Miss Universe, yeah? And I have a story that would hit the Oscars and win the Nobel Prize, yeah? So imagination is an indication of a person's intelligence. So I might as well win all the awards, yeah? So I have it like, award you won it, yeah? So I have a schema for having a masterpiece of a life, because people are even peering through telescopes and microscopes at stars and galaxies, and they are still figuring things out, yeah? I have, and I'm improving. So somebody else, they discover a new planet or a star or an element in the periodic table, I will add that here and I'll make mine richer, yeah? So that's how it kind of all works. So the story keeps getting better. So do stay tuned for what comes up here. By the way, I thought I will now, I'm also sharing. So if this is something that inspires you for you having a great life, yeah, a schema for things, I will next be zooming into me. Yeah, me, yeah. Little me and big me, yeah. The world inside my world, yeah, or rather, or the space, me inside my world, yeah. They're like, I have a tiny house, just like the space inside the dot, yeah. So simple living, yeah, harmonious, normal, ordinary, harmonious living, yeah. So I will be zooming in a little more into me, into the space in here, yeah. And have it be easier for you to see, how do I maintain peace with my world, yeah, peace and harmony and all of that. And I call it healthy and natural breathing, yeah. It's a yoga on how you keep things together. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed with lots of information, yeah. So you could say, oh, breathe, when big emotions and all come, breathe, yeah. I have a way to do it by which I'm digesting the information. So when I say I Ching, I'm basically eating, yeah, and converting sukha and dukha into love, yeah. So I Ching. So all of this forms from eating, digesting, sukha and dukha. So people have lifestyle diseases, metabolic diseases, metabolic concerns gives rise to lifestyle diseases. I have a way to digest stuff. Yeah, so it's all a good life. Yeah, you keep eating, and then you keep doing things consistent with what you eat, and so I've been doing all of this, eating food and interacting with people and all that. Yeah. Now we will next zoom into me And I'll be talking in terms of yoga. Yeah. So life and death and so yama and ashtanga and so 8 and yeah. So the Sri Chakra there is talking about there's a dot right at the center. Yeah. And then there's a triangle as the first triangle, the first one. Surrounding that is 8 triangles. Okay. So next you're zooming into the dot and talking in terms of 8. Okay. Actually, we should talk in terms of the 6. Yeah. Which is not represented there. So my conscience is transposed on that. Yeah. Because there is not much information there. So I'm adding more information because I find the Sri Chakra, I may be still at different levels of contemplation on it, but I'm finding maybe because the Sri Chakra has been there since some time, and we still have WHO's list of diseases. So either the Sri Chakra has not been contemplated upon sufficiently, or the Sri Chakra is good enough for enlivening life in a universe. Yeah. But not sufficient when it comes to enlivening life in the multiverse. I don't know if I'm thinking right, but so far this has been working, and I've had the indication that I'm like naturally selected to continue doing this, and I'm supposed to teach this to people, like the sound of life. Yeah, like I'm life's mic, and the mic box. Yeah, and I'm speaking. So to enliven life, when we say Lalita, Sri Lalita Sahasranama, yeah, that's kind of like I'm thinking, oh, light, Lalita, light, and heavy matter, and then we, enliven life in the multiverse. So the order of nature is reversed in me, yeah. So which maybe we'll come to all of these aphorisms and all that, yeah. So so we have the Sri Chakra. After the first basic square, we have 8. Instead, we will zoom into 6 basics. Okay. This is where we will begin to start covering what I'm calling as AS, Administrative Statistical System. Okay. In the previous video, I've mentioned about, me, and me in terms of 6. Yeah. I made a video on that name, me, and me, intro to my I Ching. Yeah. So there I'm talking in terms of yours, you, I, mine, I, and me as the first basics. 5 by 6. So we have 5 levels of 6 to cover. But it's basically one administrative statistical system. And there are many levels of depths to it. So we will cover one of the basics, because the basics, as I'm calling it, if you're just going to take one of them, like just me, yeah, any of the me, it has 6 sixes, 36, yeah. Because me, and me, like my tail, is touching nothing in particular, yeah. So any of the me, the little me, big me, or my, yeah, my world is touching with a Y on N, and my N has 36. Like I said, this is 36, and O also has 36. We will not cover the 36, the O is 36, because that'll become like big matter. And then you'll have, we kind of have 36 fundamental subatomic particles. Yeah. I've transposed it to macro particles. Yeah. So I have more an alive science world. There are people, and then there are dynamics. So I don't see things through microscope or telescope. I see them with my eyes that I have. Yeah. So it's a more accessible physics, where I don't have to pelt particles, yeah, or pelt people. Violence is not necessary, yeah, because we have lots of variety just around me, yeah. So it helps me observe science through macro particles, the size of a person, yeah. It just gets interesting. But before that, we will look at basics, yeah. So we look at 36 basics inside nothing in particular. Okay, no. we will look at 36, okay? My basics at the level of my world, like MI. So your stuff is more sorted out. And then we'll look at big me, and then you get more sorted out, okay? Then we'll look at little me, and I get sorted out more, yeah. And then we will look at nothing in particular and mine stuff, mining, like you say, improve our metal mining. So me and mine stuff, mine stuff. So we mine into, we mine everything. Otherwise it's, it's there. Instead of it being part of my world, we mine it, it's on mine, yeah. So we take a little more ownership of our life. Yep. And then we'll cover I. So our identity as an individual, we have more a spine by which to be related and then be an individual, and not just, be a copy paste of somebody else's thought lines and emotions, but have a mind of our own. Yeah. Okay. So I as an individual, there's more individuation. So we'll cover that. It gets a little complex before that. So we will first sort out your stuff, yeah, yours as in a sphere of influence, and then come to you, and then UI, and all good things. Yeah, I know. I told you it's a large language model. So slowly, yeah. It's taken a few years for me to put this all together. So Rome was not built in a day. Yeah, so there's a bit of romantic originality. Original humane intelligence is a bit of romantic originality. So a lot of people don't get their head around this thing called love. Yeah. And then I'm talking about romantic. And then they say once they're married, apparently romance goes out the window. I don't know, let's keep the romance in. Yeah. And that takes a little science, takes a little conscience, conglomerate science. So I'll pause for now. And next we'll zoom into the dot and start a little bit of yoga. Yeah. So where we begin to start examining fine details, we will cover K. We have a sick economy. The sense we have sicknesses, SICK. And so we have a proscriptions, SIC, like if you say SIC as per written. And then K is like the tetragrammaton. Yeah. So we'll cover K. So then we'll begin our alphabets from K and how to be a king. Otherwise, our relationship with the K is what's not having us be liking our life as much. Yeah. Self-respect at least begins with liking our own life and what we do, and then slowly loving our life and what we do. Yeah. To then mature it into true love. Yeah. So truth is where you begin to start seeing the truth of the matter. And sometimes the truth could be a little hard to digest. And that is where my I Ching comes, where you start eating the stuff, and then it comes to more maturing the love to true love. Yeah. Because truth can sometimes be a little hard to bite, a little hard to digest. So we'll make it easier to digest the truth. Yeah. So then sukha and dukha becomes a little less dukha and more, you become more enlightened. Yeah. Lighter. Life is not so, oh my goodness. Yes. To the point where you have diseases. Yeah. Get it easier. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this has been of value to you. Good day.